Hey everyone, welcome back to my second channel here. It's me, Ari. First, I do want to say thank you all for finding me here on this channel and choosing to support me further and just taking the time and having interest in getting to know me, hearing me out, relating to me, bonding with me. So I do appreciate you all. I've been wanting to make a video for my second channel for a good amount of time now, and I plan to post more consistently. I just have put it off, but that's another thing that I'm working on, just self-discipline and getting to it. But today's video, at least for now, it's going to be a get to know me a little bit more video. I posted a post on my tarot channel. If you all have any questions, feel free to ask and I'll answer. I got a few questions, so I'm going to go through those questions and then maybe mention some other things. And then I am planning on including inserts of my day, so kind of like a vlog, but not really so much of, well, it is productive, but I don't have too many plans today. If anything, it'll just be me in my free time, like showing you all what I'm doing. But as of now, this might be just a get to know me video. So yeah, if you all aren't from my main channel, my name is Ari. I'm a Taurus Sun, Cancer Rising, Aquarius Moon, life path number 7. I'm a Pisces Venus. My Mars is in Taurus. My Mercury is in Aries, but I love astrology and spirituality. I feel like just getting to know more about my chart and my sun sign and your degrees, your houses, your placements, it has all really helped me to understand myself better, and plus it's just a really fun way to research and learn about yourself because you can relate to it. And I've always felt somewhat like alone, not alone as like, sometimes it does bring sadness, but just being here on earth, there's a lot of energies and everything, so it could be overwhelming sometimes. So I say that to say, I feel like astrology and my zodiac sign has always sparked thoughts and interest for me. My mom, she's an Aries, and I remember she would talk about her being an Aries, how she loved it. And I knew I was a Taurus growing up, but I didn't research my birth chart up until maybe like 5 years ago, and then that's when I found out you had a moon sign, a rising sign, and my moon sign clicked the most. Not the most, but that it made it all make sense to me, just how I felt. I'm an Aquarius moon. Also, your life path number, I suggest that you all maybe look into that. But let me go ahead and get into these questions. I'm going to be looking over here because the questions are over here. So the first question, how did you get into reading tarot? So I would always watch tarot readings for myself, just for clarity, or I love being able to relate to someone or feel like what they're saying matches how I feel. And sometimes you know how you feel and you're validating it, but it helps hearing it from a different perspective or from a different voice. So I would watch tarot readings for myself, whether they be general tarot readings or love readings. That was like a main thing that I was watching, and I've always felt like I've been intuitive. And there's so many other videos I could just make on things happening and stuff like that. My starseed story, I have a video on that on my first channel, on my tarot channel, but I've been wanting to make another video about that for this channel as well. But I've always felt intuitive and just very connected in tune if there's one thing that I don't doubt, is it's how I feel, because I'm very sensitive. I'm a feeling type of person. So I've always had the interest in tarot once I started watching tarot readings. And I remember I went to Barnes and Nobles one day. I was like, okay, because I'm more of a reserved person, so I like to spend a lot of time inside as well. I'm also an introvert, but one day I was like, I'm gonna go to Barnes and Nobles. I think I got my nails done. And I was in Barnes and Nobles in the spiritual section, and I got my tarot deck, which is the tarot deck that I use most of the time, which is the Modern Witch Tarot deck. I love that deck. Excuse me. I love that deck. It has a lot of diversity in it, but yeah, at first, I would just look at the tarot images and look at the book to see what each card was about. But with reading tarot, of course, it comes from the reader's own individual perspective, what they see within the cards. But yeah, that's pretty much how I got into tarot. I got my first tarot deck. I was inspired after seeing other readers and watching readings for myself, and it didn't come all at once. I'm not sure who was with me before I started doing the actual tarot readings, but I first started with the channeled messages readings because I'm also an empath. I describe myself to be an empath, so understanding people's feelings and putting myself in other people's situations, I'm good at understanding, and I also feel like I felt a lot over my life, so it's easy for me to put myself in other people's shoes. Yeah, so gradually I just started doing readings for myself as well. That was also a main part. I would take my own time to listen to frequencies and manifest or release, do new moon or full moon rituals, and do a reading for myself. So that's how I got into tarot. Another question along with that is, what advice would you offer someone who is interested in learning how to read cards? If you are interested in reading, I would say just go for it. Of course, I feel like maybe try to do readings for yourself, because that's always helpful or beneficial to gain clarity on whatever you're feeling, whatever you're going through. Also, tarot brings me comfort, something to relate to. So just take your time with it. Understand the cards to the best of your knowledge, and don't think that everything has to be so black and white, because it's you reading the cards for yourself, what you feel from it. So I would say maybe just get a tarot deck to get started. You don't have to study the cards one by one. That could take a long time, but be open to feeling and also just taking in what the cards, what the spread you have relays, and that could be within the picture, the image. Also just be more aware of pentacles, pentacles, cups, wands, swords. Maybe be more knowledgeable with that type of energy and what it means. But yeah, just it'll come to you. I would say first and foremost, maybe just try to read for yourself if that is something that calls you. So I hope that's somewhat good advice. Sometimes it's better for me to write things down than to speak it out, but that's another thing I'm working on, which is opening up my throat chakra. So that's been a work in progress as well. So if you do have any questions or anything about what I said in this video, feel free to comment and I will respond. Another question is, how do you stay grounded and protect your energy? So, I try to stay self-reassured and just let it go. Of course, that could be hard because I'm a very sensitive person. I think and feel about things that have happened in the past, in the present. So of course, that type of stuff can be a little bit difficult to get over when you're constantly thinking, but I always tell myself that it doesn't matter right now. What matters right now is in the present, and also just to put yourself first. And that means like your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, like do what you want to do. It is your life. And that also goes into like protecting your energy. If something is bothering your energy, then you have to know your limits, know your standards, your expectations from whoever, whatever. And also just feeling like go towards your calling, go towards your passion, because I think about life a lot, and it's like we're here to experience, enjoy, take in. Like I feel like a lot of society gets caught up in the capitalistic side of things when it doesn't always have to be like that. Of course, things have happened to structure society how it is now, but just always try to remember what you think living is for, and whether that's to experience or to have fun or to just chill and relax, then just stay on that path for yourself. Don't let other people's opinions, comments, thoughts interject with what you have going on. Also, I hope that everyone has someone that they feel comfortable to go to if they need to talk, if they need to relate to someone. Just keep what's important to you close. That could be your friends, your family, your hobbies, what inspires you, what makes you happy. Also, what I try to do or try and keep in mind is to have something to look forward to, something that will make me happy, and that could be the simplest thing ever. It could just be getting into bed at the end of the day. It could be having my favorite food, my favorite drink, whatever it is. Like, just try and stay along your path, or this is what I do. I try to remember what is most important to me and not stress about the little things, especially when these little things aren't coming from me. They may be coming from outsiders. So I try to experience and release what's needed. But that's always like a work in progress for me. I'm always like developing new strategies or new techniques to ground myself better. I'm also an earth sign, so getting outside, being in nature, that's something that I could prioritize more, and I feel like that would make me even feel more grounded. So yeah, I would say like spending time outside, not specifically, but especially for earth signs. If you're a fire sign, try and be out in the sun. If you're a water sign, be around water. If you're an air sign, get some fresh air. But that all like concludes into being out in nature. So just think about, or at least I try and think about, the real reason we're here on earth, besides materialism, ego getting in the way. Just try and experience for yourself. I hope this all makes sense. But yeah, those are all the questions that I did have so far. this might be a video in itself, but I'm thinking that later I might read. I'll probably end up reading, or I might paint. So I might include some footage from when I actually do that, and maybe it'll be like a little voiceover, just me coming back to you all and expressing more of myself. So I hope that answered the questions I had, and thank you to the person who, I don't want to put your name out there if you don't want your name to be said, but thank you for asking me these questions. I appreciate you. And yeah, I will see you all next time.